Good evening, everybody. I call this regular meeting to order for July the 15th, 2025. Be it resolved, the agenda for the July 15th, 2025 regular meeting of council be adopted. Moved by Councillor Whyte, seconded by Councillor Bobick. All in favor? It's carried. Tonight we have Councillor Powell attending by video, she's out of town, and CFO Ganita also by video. We resolved the minutes of the June 18, 2025 regular council meeting be approved. Moved by Councillor Bobick, seconded by Deputy Mayor Moriaux. Discussion? All in favor? It's carried. Okay, we're gonna move right down to 6 and 6.1. Be it resolved that the signed thank you card for the Minitonas 4-H Beef Club be received. Moved by Councillor Whyte, seconded by Deputy Moriaux. Any discussion? All in favor? It's carried. 6.2. Be it resolved that the RCMP Municipal Policing Service invoice package for the period of January the 1st through March 31st, 2025 be received. Moved by Councillor Bobick, seconded by Councillor Whyte. Any discussion? Deputy Mayor Moriaux.
Was looking through that, and then in the statement, it shows that we still have an outstanding balance for the retro. But I remember seeing that we had passed that payment. So can we just follow up to make sure that they got that payment and that it's just a crossover between when we made the payment to the systems?
You want us to confirm that? It was only sent after it was signed last week. So
Okay, well then no, second, then we'll wait for the next quarter then.
Okay, any further discussion? All in favor? It's carried. 6.3. Be it resolved the email dated June 19, 2025 from Multi-Material Stewardship, Manitoba regarding update on residential blue bin transition be received. Moved by Councillor Whyte, seconded by Councillor Bobick. Any discussion? Go ahead, Deputy Mayor Moriaux.
Mr. Harvey, as far I know, it's just the letter giving us an update, but throughout other sideline conversations, there's been no potential date, transition date.
No,
projected.
this is what they talked about the last time I talked about, was
Yeah.
resubmitting the transition plan. But with getting this info, I'm gonna reach out to them again and see what their timeline is on this next steps. Engage with key stakeholders in the public revised transition plan, because the faster it happens, the better.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm going to find it very interesting how this will transition, but I'm looking forward to this because we've been talking about this for a long time. Any further discussion? All in favor? It's carried. 6.4. Be it resolved that the email dated June the 25th, 2025 from Staff Sergeant Steve Henson regarding the status of the RCMP GIS initiative be received. Moved by Councillor Whyte, seconded by, I don't know, Councillor Powell, you're putting your hand there, but I'll accept that. Councillor Powell, any further discussion? Councillor Whyte.
I'm so appreciative of the work we do with the RCMP locally and Dauphin, etc. When I read the corporal will be advertised July the 2nd, I'm thinking last July, a year ago, this process was occurring. We were excited it was going to happen within a year. Hopefully all things going well. When I read they posted it this July the 2nd, I'm disappointed to say the least. Somehow that message, if council agrees with me, should go back to the superintendent, Mr. Parent, for example, Port 10. say, you guys told us we'd have this in here. We communicated with all our councils and municipalities, all four voted on, agreed with it, lots of work. And the RCMP just posted this July the 2nd. I'm disappointed. I think a letter of disappointment might be something we should consider. Encouraging to speed up that process, because if it's July the 2nd now and we're just advertising the corporal's position, there's 2 other positions that have to occur still. I'm uncomfortable with how long this is taking.
So to give, you know, not to throw the RCMP under the bus, there was a process, and we knew that that process was going to take some time. It did go through on the federal side. I think it took a little bit longer than what we anticipated it to go through, and therefore, once that was, all that was crossed, T's and dotted I's and all that were done, then they were able to post that position. So unfortunately, it took longer, but it did follow the process of what it did, but it did take longer. Councillor Bobick.
So, I'm in agreement with Councillor Whyte on sending a letter, but I mean, maybe we should, at the same time, explain our position here, that we have murders going on, we have arsons going on, we have lots going on in this time frame from 1 July to the next. I would make a list of what's going on. Do these people know that? Or do they just work with trying to get people forward?
When we had our meeting with Lee Horton, he's very aware of all that, and they want to get this person into that position as soon as they possibly can get that person in position, and to be able to hire the members that will be doing the work with the boots on the ground, so to speak.
Okay, that's good to know that they were in this.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Any further discussion? All in favor? It's carried. 6.5. Be it resolved that the email from Staff Sergeant Steve Henson of the Swan River RCB Detachment dated July the 8th, 2025 regarding follow-up requests from the June 18, 2025 regular meeting be received. Moved by Deputy Mayor Moriaux, seconded by Councillor Whyte. Discussion? Councillor Whyte.
Councillor Bobick and I were chatting earlier, and help me if I'm wrong on this, but I believe the council as a whole, led by yourself, sir, has some ability to nudge, encourage the RCMP to do things specific to the needs of our community. And we've talked about this for 10 years now, about these issues that happen when there are no RCMP on patrol, because depending on who's listening, aren't enough to go around, as opposed to modifying the shifts. We don't go to work till 10. And the issue with the arson is a perfect example. It doesn't appear there was RCMP available at that time. I don't understand why we can't have a time schedule where there are RCMP at the bad times, like from midnight to 7 in the morning, and perhaps not from 9 till 10. So I appreciate other comments in that regard.
Any other discussion? All in favor? It's carried. 6.6. Be it resolved the email from Municipal and Northern Relations Assessment Services dated June the 27th, 2025 regarding power biannual reporting to municipalities be received. Moved by Councillor Bobick, seconded by Deputy Mayor Moriaux. Any discussion? All in favor? It's carried. 6.7. Be it resolved the email dated July the 1st, 2025 from the Manitoba Association of Senior Communities regarding a age-friendly grant opportunity be received. Moved by Councillor Whyte, seconded by Deputy Mayor Moriaux. Any discussion? Councillor Whyte.
Yeah, I believe Uriah Waldner, our executive assistant, is looking into different dimensions of this particular program. And looking at it, reading the fine print, if we were to host a multi-age barbecue, music or craft events, and the food supplies will be paid for by this entity, the age-friendly thing. It sounds like an easy way to get our community or elder community out and cost the constituents nothing. So hopefully, Special Assistant Uriah will look into that, because it's something that would be easy to do in my mind.
Any further discussion? All in favor? It's carried. 6.8. Be it resolved the building permits 22-25 through 24-25 with a total estimated value of $128,000 be received. Moved by Councillor Bobick, seconded by Councillor Whyte. Any discussion? All in favor? It's carried. 7.1. Be it resolved that the Chief Administrative Officer's report be received. Moved by Deputy Mayor Moriaux, seconded by Councillor Bobick. Any discussion? Questions? None? Councillor Whyte.
I'm just wondering if any timeline relative to the CEO, senior election officers, anything happening there, other dates? It appear that lady there has been accepted. I'm not sure. It's a little ambiguous to me.
That'll be coming up later in the agenda.
Okay, that's fine.
Any further discussion? All in favor? It's carried. Councillor Powell, you're still with us?
I am, yeah.
Okay, good. 7.2, be it resolved the Director of Public Works report be received. Moved by Councillor Bobick, seconded by Deputy Mayor Moriaux. Discussion? Councillor Bobick.
Well, I'm really happy to see we hired a caretaker for the cemetery prison, so will there be introductions?
So that's a internal applicant that applied. So that's Kaylee Medill, now, because she's married. So she has experience out there. She's been working at the cemetery the last few summers. We've discussed the additional responsibilities with checking the graves that are marked out. She's done the initial process of marking them out. Now she'll be responsible for double checking it to make sure the locations are correct. And then for supervising crews when they're out there cutting trees, any tree grinding, root grinding, she'll be responsible to make sure that they have a sufficient amount of time at the end of the day to clean up whatever they've done, so that we don't have the cases where we plan to be out there for 3 days and then on the third day they get called somewhere and then there's a mess that isn't cleaned up kind of thing. And then just to be the face of the town out at the cemetery.
Councillor Whyte.
Is that a full-time job out there, or just summer?
It's a term position, so it starts in the summer and it goes till fall cleanup.
Okay, thank you.
Councillor Powell, did you have something?
No.
Okay. Any other discussion? Councillor Bobick.
Just wondering if you've noticed a difference in leaders on the dust control by using different applications.
I haven't seen it yet, the report yet.
Okay.
Any further discussion? All in favor? It's carried. 7.3. Be resolved the Director of Recreation report be received. Moved by Councillor Whyte, seconded by Deputy Mayor Moriaux. Discussion? Deputy Mayor Moriaux.
I know we're only mid-July. Refresh my memory when we start prepping to fire up the ice plant to get the ice ready.
Ice plant will come on August 2nd.
Okay, and that's sufficient time to have,
It's tight.
it's tight.
Mhm.
So,
but if we turn it on in July,
You get the
we have to
extra.
pay an extra $10,000 of hydro, so
Okay.
it's tight, but we'll do it.
Any further discussion? All in favor? It's carried. 7.4, be it resolved, the report dated July the 15th, 2025, from the Director of Recreation regarding kickoff to Canada Day 2025 be received. Moved by Councillor Bobick, seconded by Councillor Whyte. Any discussion? Councillor Whyte.
Just accolades. Everybody I talked to down there that day was very excited. It went well. It was good attendance. People had the next day off to travel or do whatever. So in my mind, it gave people the opportunity to have Canada Day off. At the same time, they had the opportunity to share in all the activities. For example, in the immigrant service barbecue was down there for a while. There was well over 100 people down there at that barbecue, and then they obviously moved into the other areas. So I think it went really well.
Any further discussion? Councillor Bobick.
Just to echo Councillor White, I thought it was great. We really spent most of the day on it, we really enjoyed ourselves. I kind of base it on the same thing as you celebrate New Year's on the 31st. So,
Good.
Any further discussion? All in favor? It's carried. 7.5, be it resolved, the Director of Recreation update report on the pool pipe hangers be received. Moved by Deputy Mayor Moriaux, seconded by Councillor Whyte. Discussion? Deputy Mayor Moriaux.
Reading through that, very disappointed that there was nobody that came and no one that actually put a tender in. So hopefully we can get A&E to re-tender immediately with a different construction date instead of the September one, but over a winter where some of those contractors had indicated they likely will be available to do it. So I don't know if we need a resolution or whatever of that, but have instruction that we can have A&E re-tender with that amended or new date to do the works.
I can just add to that, so I did meet with Associated Engineering. It's kind of their recommendation too. They did reach out to all of the contractors that they had talked to before and said, like you said, you're interested, how come you didn't bid? And it was just summer. Their plates were full. They struggled getting employees, so they just couldn't take on anything more for the summer. But all of them, the four they talked to anyways, were interested in winter work. That would create an additional closure for the pool in the winter, and I don't think it would be very long, but I don't know for sure until we know what's going to happen. And yeah, after council was kind of briefed on this, I have to connect with Associated Engineering again and prepare for that next tender, and it could probably be sooner than, I have fall in my report here, but there really isn't any point delaying it 2 months to tender again. Thinking probably the work would be in February. We have a lack of staff and kind of lack of anything going on anyways in February, so that might be a good time to do this work.
Okay. So what's, I guess we can have that can be a separate discussion or
Another day.
yeah, another day. Okay, any further discussion? All in favor? It's carried. 7.6, be it resolved the June 2025 Swan River Handy Transit Van report be received. Moved by Councillor Powell, seconded by Councillor Bobick. Any discussion? All in favor? It's carried. Reports. Deputy Mayor Moriaux.
I guess not too many topics. We had a couple of committee of the whole meetings and stuff, but primary in this period, in meeting with our labor lawyer in preparation for collective bargaining, which started yesterday, and I'll have a more in-depth report for council or a briefing when we're in camera on that, but things are going good so far. We'll see how it goes, but that's basically where I'm at right now. So.
Okay, very good. Councillor Whyte.
Again, the committee of the whole meetings, which are always interesting to say the least, and hopefully fruitful. I lost my calendar with the dates, since I may be repetitive here. I took part in the Dick Walker, Glenn McKenzie signage day, where we presented them with the signs and identified the place, and Deputy Mayor Moriaux did a wonderful job, and I can speak for one of the families, I can speak for both of the families, who were very excited about the opportunity to be, their families being recognized. So thank Council for that as a whole. Canada Day, what a wonderful opportunity for our community to get together, and a wonderful point that Councillor Bobick just mentioned, that July the 1st, we don't celebrate January the 1st, we celebrate January the 3rd. So it's an interesting. The G4 meeting we attended recently, a lot of age-friendly ideas. Hopefully we'll follow up on that in the fall. And the GIS, I think we're happy it's moving on. I personally am a little disappointed with the speed, but I understand government. And we also talked about medical professional recruiting, and that appears to be positive. It looks like we have 3 more medical doctors coming also, and I like the fact that the 4 municipalities work collaboratively. And in that same world, we were told recently there's a new RCMP member coming to Swan River, which says that person has wonderful references. On the outside, looking at the Dr. Majestate settlement, that's still an ongoing process, and hopefully that'll be solved sooner than later. And economic development, as we announced at our last meeting in the Subway community, is building a brand new hospital, so that bodes well for all of us. In the very near future, Councillor Bobick has called a meeting of the Airport Commission next week or so. I look forward to that. And Thursday of this week, the medical professional group meets with the Prairie Mountain Health CAO and their administrators. And needle drop-off spots is going to be obviously one of the things, and medical professional recruiting is another item that will be hot discussion. So I appreciate PMH taking the time to meet with our team and trying to make our community a better place. Done.
Thank you. Councillor Powell, did you want to give a report? Or are you you're okay, or you want to pass?
I better pass.
Okay, no, you're probably right. Councillor Baldwin.
Thank you, Your Worship. June 19th, I also attended the Walker McKenzie sign presentation. It was pretty special for those families. Good to help them. We're thankful. June 20th, the meeting legal matters with Dr. Rich's estate. Attended that. Cow meeting on the 24th. Was there. 26th, Gilbert Plains for the A&M. That was interesting. There was lots of good conversation there. Throw a G4 meeting in there somewhere along the line. I can't remember which page it was. Ice cream in the park. I really enjoyed myself. I thought it was a great turnout. I was even iffy when I thought, but you know what? I would be happy to see that happen every year. I just thought it was worked out excellent. So everybody could do whatever they wanted on June 1st, and kids could stay up late and watch fireworks. So it was a great opportunity. July 8th and 9th, I was in the city of Steinbach, or in the area of Steinbach, with a tour for Watershed, their watershed down there, or Rosa River, Rat River. We actually ended up about 4 miles from the United States border. They had bus tours for us, different perspectives of it. But at the same time, Watershed, the Swan Lake Watershed here, we're wanting to host a tour. It was our turn pretty soon. As soon as the new hotel's built, so there's room for everybody, we're hoping to go with that. And then July 11th, there was also a discussion on some matters of the Dr. Rich's statements.
Thank you. I'm not going to repeat all of that. I've attended most of those items. I did miss the street naming presentation, but I do thank Deputy Mayor Moriaux for stepping in for me when I was absent. Other than that, just the meeting that the CEO and I had with the RCMP, and again, some of those issues with our detachment, GIS, and naming a few of them, but several other items that we had full discussion on. So lots of things there that we'll be discussing in the future. That's really all I can say. So we'll move on from there, and we'll go to new business and 8.1. Whereas sections 10.1 of the Municipal Councils and School Boards Election Act requires each municipality to appoint a senior election official, SEO, and who will be responsible to manage and conduct all aspects of municipal elections. And whereas the municipality is required to establish the rate of remuneration for the SEO. Therefore, be it resolved that Brenda Hunt is hereby appointed to the position of SEO for the town of Swan River, and be it further resolved that Brenda Hunt will be paid the following rates as remuneration to perform the duties of SEO as set out in the Municipal Council and School Boards Election Act. $30 per hour for work performed during the year of regular election, and $30 per hour for work performed during the year of a by-election. Moved by Councillor Whyte, seconded by Councillor Bobick. Any discussion? All in favor? It's carried. 8.2. Whereas a councillor has resigned and subsections 105.1 of the Municipal Act requires the town of Swan River Council to hold an election as soon as is reasonably possible. Therefore, be it resolved that the town of Swan River requests the senior election official to hold a by-election within the town of Swan River for the seat of councillor. Moved by Councillor Whyte, seconded by Councillor Powell. Any discussion? All in favor? It's carried. 8.3. Whereas the town of Swan River has an ongoing agreement with the province of Manitoba to service as a service provider for the Swan Valley Employment and Training Project, and whereas the province of Manitoba is requesting renewal of the agreements and amendments to the previous agreement to accommodate year-end closing requirements. Be it resolved that the renewed agreement and associated amendments be received and approved. Moved by Deputy Mayor Moriaux, seconded by Councillor Powell. Any discussion? Deputy Mayor Moriaux.
I went through it quickly and briefly, but I noticed that the annual totals for 25, 26, and then 26, 27, there's significant differences, but it's looking through there, it's like culmination, so it seems a little bit different than what I'm previously looked at before previous years. So has administration sort of made an analysis that the agreement is sufficient and meets the needs of what the program is as compared to what it was before?
Yes.
Okay.
Any further discussion? All in favor? It's carried. 10.1. Be it resolved that the following accounts be received. Payroll accounts checks number P5572 to P5574 and direct deposit payments totaling $126,476.13 as listed on Schedule A. Payroll accounts checks number P5575 to P5577 and direct deposit payments totaling $130,708.09 as listed on Schedule B, and direct deposit payments totaling $64,308.27 as listed on Schedule C. Moved by Councillor Bobick, seconded by Deputy Mayor Moriaux. Any discussion? Councillor Bobick.
003297.5 Chow Data Fire, 2095.58. What's that?
We're on 10.1, aren't we?
Yeah.
No, we're not on that one yet.
No.
Okay, sorry.
What was your second one? Was that on this?
Check.
Oh, okay, so nothing on these ones?
No.
Okay, any further discussion? All in favor? It's carried. 10.2, be it resolved that the following accounts be approved for payment. General accounts checks number 32974 to number 33080 totaling $395,707.80 as listed on Schedule A. Direct deposit payments totaling $30,990.96 as listed on Schedule B. Direct deposit payments totaling $670 as listed on Schedule C. Moved by Deputy Mayor Moriaux, seconded by Councillor Whyte. Any discussion?
Yes.
Councillor Bobick.
32975, Town Data and Fire. Town Data and Fire?
Director Clouson.
Chown Data and Fire does they're from Grandin, and they work with Eclipse Fire at Conrad's, Kent Mayan, and they do the arena and pool sprinkler inspections, annually. It used to be BDR. from
Oh,
Grandin.
okay, I just didn't recognize that.
Yeah, new name.
And did you have a second?
Yep. 32985, Trojan Technologies, $128,348.64.
CO Tewnion.
Yeah, I'm just noticing on the check expiration form that's included for everybody, it's for the new UV system for the water treatment plant.
Okay, sorry.
Right?
Thank you.
Any further discussion? Deputy Mayor Moriaux.
Mr. Harvey, what are unit numbers 219 and 119?
119 is the back truck and 219 is the versatile.
Okay, and then there's the other one. There's another one we'll check. Unit 210 and 860.
860 is, just give me a second here. That one is not the tractor. So 860 is the John Deere tractor mower. I believe that's the rec one. And what was the other one?
210.
210. Oh, sorry, 210 is the versatile, 219 is the trackless.
Okay. So I know we asked this prior to, but I don't believe we ever got it. But can you create that list of what the unit number and what that is, so that when we see things like just a unit, whatever, we know?
Okay, just send that to council.
Yeah, and then we can use that for future reference to, when we're talking about a unit number, we know which vehicle it is.
Sure.
Or equipment. So that's all I got. Thanks.
Okay, so we'll let administration sort that. CFO Ganita.
All the units are listed on the approved rates and fees schedule. So you can find them in there. Council approves that schedule every year.
Okay, cool. As long as it's somewhere where I can reference it. Thank you.
Okay, any further discussion? All in favor? It's carried. 10.3. Whereas the town of Swan River used municipal equipment, materials, and labor to carry out private works on private property under the Municipal Act Clause 252E and set the fees and charges for the works under Clause 252(1)A of the Act. And whereas sufficient time has been allowed for payment of such outstanding amounts as listed on the attached Schedule A totaling $1,135.84, be it resolved that each of the unpaid amounts listed on Schedule A be added to the corresponding property tax roll and collected in that manner, and be it further resolved that Notice be sent to each property owner detailing the amounts being added to the taxes and advising that interest will accrue on the said amounts in the same manner as for unpaid property taxes effective August the 1st, 2025. Moved by Councillor Whyte, seconded by Deputy Mayor Moriaux. Any discussion? All in favor? It's carried. 11.1. Be it resolved that bylaw number 14, 2025, being a bylaw of the town of Swan River to establish a development incentive plan, be read a first time. Moved by Councillor Whyte, seconded by
Frozen or,
pardon?
is she frozen or
I think so. Deputy Mayor Moriaux. Any discussion? Councillor Bobick.
I would, in reading this, I'd like to know the difference from our original tax incentive we have compared to this, and I guess the only way you need is to come up with that number. $1 million seems to be the generic number in this whole thing. So right now, I'm under the impression we have a 1 year and then 100%, and the second year is at 50%, correct?
I don't know. I think you're pretty close to that.
Something like that. I guess what I'm trying to say is I'd like to know a calculation, what this would cost the town. Money would not be accrued to the town of Swan River by this bylaw in comparison to the one that's we have now. So it says there some places there's 4 years, some years it's 5 years. So what I'm saying is we have a year and a half, because you're only at 50%. I would like to know what money we would not accrue. I guess with that, my thoughts on that are that we are now in the process of doing an accommodation tax for the hotels in the town of Swan River to incur more money so we can.
Councillor Bobick, you're out of order.
So
We're
we can-
not speaking about the incentive tax, the accommodation tax.
which we could use for money, but at the same time, not collecting taxes on businesses that can use them as a write-off.
You asked questions and you asked, I think, a couple questions in there. Let's go back to your first question.
I'd like to know what money that will not, if this passes, will the town not collect in using the number of $1 million assessment.
I think some of that might be hypothetical. And you can't really even answer that question fully because it's hypothetical, because every situation is going to be different, correct?
If I build $1 million building, you give me the tax incentive, what would I say?
So, depending on the assessment, I guess, what that assessment would be, and what the taxes of the day would be, would tell you what your cost or what the potential cost might be. But as we heard from members or people from the community saying that you're not collecting any taxes on that property at this time, so you would be benefiting from it in the long term.
I understand that, yes, but at the same time,
So technically speaking, it's not costing the taxpayer anything.
I beg to differ on that.
Okay, but we're not gonna I can't get a debate with you, but Councillor Whyte.
Two different ways to look at things. My personal opinion, and hopefully council will agree, is that I'm looking at the monies we're not having by not having properties built on those lots which are accruing no income for us at all at the moment, relative to the amounts that we will accrue when the building or buildings are built existing in the future. So I see that as a gain. I'm not sure, and I read the fine print, I didn't see that. I think one of the commitments from others was that they would still pay the existing tax on those lots until for 5 years at one time, and once that was over, then they would pay the new cost.
Just to clarify, they would still pay the tax, and would just get reimbursed for the number of years according to the value of the home.
Perfect.
Further discussion? Deputy Mayor Moriaux.
Yeah, like, we got draft here, it's for first reading, and I personally, I detest incentives. But I'm here, we need to look at the survival and the betterment of the community. And if we don't have something where we make ourselves attractive to prospective businesses that are looking to potentially develop somewhere, where we're in a competition with our neighbors down the road, and if you don't have industry or businesses to be the drivers of your community, you're gonna be a dying community. So, like, unfortunately, sometimes you have to give up some stuff in the short term to have the long-term survivability and prosperity of the community. It's I don't like. I wish we didn't have to use incentives, but if we're not doing it and attract the business here, the community down the road's going to do it, and that's where the businesses are going to go, and that's where everybody's going to migrate, and then eventually you're going to have an abandoned community. So that's basically how you got to look at it. Is what can you do to make yourself attractive for the investment of these investment dollars to come into your community and stay, especially when you're dealing with some of those larger investments and stuff where those are the anchor businesses or industry that they need to have something to make them look attractive and come towards the community.
Okay, further discussion? Councilor Bobick?
Yes, there's lots of questions to this one. Just we'll be looking into it a little more to satisfy my needs, but at this time I'll be voting against this.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Yes.
It's carried.
You didn't ask for their names.
Sorry?
You didn't ask for their names.
I heard she said
But
yes.
you know,
Oh, sorry, I thought you did raise your hand. Opposed, sorry. Okay. It's still carried. Okay, let's move on to members' privilege. Councillor Whyte.
Not much happening other than our sport fish team in the valley continues to do wonderful things through the kids fishing program now. We've got over 40, 50 kids fishing on rivers in the interim, and I'm just excited with the opportunity for young people who don't have boats, don't have families who can take them fishing. And the support of our community provides the funds to allow our staff to take these kids out and enjoy that particular activity and learn to appreciate it and care for it. And the other one is the Swan outdoors team I'm part of. We're in the process of planning our fall banquet. And the difference between that particular entity and Ducks Unlimited, 99.9% of all funds raised stay in the Swan River Valley. I'm not opposed to Ducks Unlimited for a second. I love what they do. But this is far easier to sell. It's a much more marketable program. And what did we spend? $50,000 this year, plus or minus, in the valley. So they're good projects. Thank you.
Councillor Bobick.
Just one thing comes to mind, a pretty special day today for a young lady. I happen to be part of my life for 50 years, and I'm oath to that being married, but I mean, it's her birthday today, so happy birthday to my wife.
Cool.
Just big, I don't know, keep going build thing too on the fire that happened at the radio station. I mean, that's not things that should happen in Swan River, so hopefully things will turn around for her.
Okay, thank you. Deputy Mayor Moriaux.
yeah, a couple things. I guess when you're doing council reports and your first one and you don't have the written out list, I guess you are busier than what you, there was a lot of meetings and stuff like that I was at that I didn't remember I was at until other councillors mentioned it. So, but I also just want to mention and stuff like that now with the incentive bylaw, the first reading has now passed. So now it is a public document that people can see, review, and actually comment on to us. with their support, displeasure, or corrections or amendments that they want us to consider in readings 2 and 3. So now it's past first reading. It's now open to the public where we can take feedback from them. So and go from there to make amendments by second reading and third readings. And that's all I got.
Okay. Councillor Powell, are you taking a pass on this one too?
I do just want to mention that the Northwest Regional Library has their AGM on July 21st at 7 o'clock. If anybody wants to go over to the AGM for the library, that's happening then. I think that's it for right now.
That was library AGM. Okay. Thank you. All right, for myself, other than our other report, remember everybody that everybody's gearing up for the Northwest Roundup and exhibition. That'll be next week. I've received several compliments in town, residents and some volunteers that the town works guys and gals have been doing an outstanding job of getting the grounds in shape and also the community as well. So keep up the good work on that and make sure you take that back to our public works people and our parks people that are always doing a great job. And I know that the parade will be a big thing, and I know that there's still some spots for councillors to get involved with the parade. So do what we can, and let's do a good job again of showcasing our community and congratulations to all our volunteers that do an outstanding job of running the Northwest Roundup and exhibition, but also all the booths and everything else. It just takes a lot of teamwork, and they do a great job every single year. I congratulate them. So anybody else? I'll give Mr. Harvey a go at this.
Several utility repairs over the past this week. So thanks to Jordan for organizing all the locates and scheduling everything, and thanks to the guys for the extended hours they worked to get those repaired.
Okay. Dr. Clouson.
I don't think I have anything tonight.
Okay. CFO Ganita.
Nothing to report.
Okay, thank you. Going back to Mr. Harvey.
I missed this swim meet this Sunday at the pool. And this is the first one at Swan in a while, and those kids really give her, so if you want to come see some.
How many members do we have on our Swan River group?
I don't know if it'd be like 30 kids, something like that.
That's good. Okay. Good luck to all of them in their competition. CEO Tewnion.
Your worship, just I did say it prior to the meeting, but I do have a meeting set up. I'm hosting with the other G4 CAOs, so we can discuss the prospective committee admin employee. I do want to confirm the check was cashed on July 10th for the RCMP retro pay. And last but not least, Erin, your last day with us is August 6th, and I can certainly say it's been a pleasure working with you, and I wish you all the best. That's it.
Okay, thank you. And also Director Clouson, I failed to mention that because I thought you were going to be here at our next meeting, but you will not be at our next meeting. A regular meeting, right?
Maybe.
You're reduced.
Okay.
Yeah, so just, for the public, on behalf of council and all our administration staff, it's been a pleasure to have you being a part of our team, and we're going to miss you.
Thank you.
We're just getting you all trained up, and now you're leaving us, but we do wish you all the best in wherever you go, and being part of this community and serving this community in the capacity that you have. Congratulations, and thank you very much. And then with that, be it resolved that pursuant to sections 152(3) of the Municipal Act, council go into committee and close the meeting to the public. We have moved by Councillor Whyte, seconded by Deputy Mayor Moriaux. We have CBA negotiation discussions. All in favor? It's carried. We're now in camera. Okay, we're out of camera. Be it resolved, this regular meeting of council now be adjourned at 8:40 p.m. Moved by Councillor Powell, seconded by Councillor Bobick. All in favor? It's carried. We're adjourned.